Okay, how are you guys? I welcome you to our question, which is saying solve 2 to the power x plus 2 to the power 1 minus x is equal to 0. So this question, it is requiring us to find the value of x. Okay, so first of all, we must understand that this question, it is coming from the topic algebra, because it has got variables, and the variable which is there is x, and it is also coming from the topic called indices or index notation. The reason it is because of these powers we are seeing there. So for us to solve this one, we first need to break down this part. How can this part be broken? So the first stage, we write 2 to the power x plus 2 to the power 1, okay, divided by 2 to the power x. Okay, the reason why I've written 2 to the power 1 divided by x, it is because when you have the powers, rather if the powers has got a negative sign, like in this case we are having 1 minus x, this means that the base, this term, it had common base which had a division sign. Okay, the base were the same and they had the division sign. There's a law which says if you are dividing two terms which have got the same base, you must just maintain one base and you subtract the powers. This is the reason why we are having a subtraction on top. So this term, it can also be written as 2 to the power 1 divided by 2 to the power x. Reason is because the other way of writing division or writing divide, okay, it is the same as writing the symbol for over. Okay, this is the same as saying over. So 2 to the power x plus 2 over 2 to the power x, it is equal to 3. So what we are saying is that 2 to the power 1, it is 2. This is the reason why I've written it as 2. 2 to the power 1 is 2. That's why I've written it as 2. So we continue by finding the answer. We continue by finding the answer. We continue by finding the answer. So we now move to the next step. So the next step now, we must change 2 to the power x and or this 2 to the power x to a certain variable. What do I mean? We choose any of the alphabetical letters. So I will choose letter Q. So I will say let Q is equal to 2 to the power x, meaning where there is 2 to the power x, I will replace it with a Q. So I'll write Q plus 2 over Q is equal to 3. Then later on now we add this side or the left side of this equation. So I'm going to say the common denominator is Q. Then you will say 1 into Q, it is Q. Q multiplied by Q, it will be Q squared plus 2, which is equal to 3. So then now we cross multiply there. We are going to have Q squared plus 2 is equal to 3 q. It is equal to 3q. It is equal to 3q. So it is equal to 3q. So now we write now this equation into the form of a quadratic equation, which is always like this. So this means that I have to move 3q to the other side, hence it will change the sign. So I'll move my equation here. So I'm going to have q squared minus 3q plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay. So now when I reach here, now I find the product, sum, and factor. Okay, you remember the methods of solving quadratic equation? We said there are 3 methods. From if you read the grade 11 textbook, it tells us to say there are 3 methods. There is the completing the square method, then the factorization, and also the quadratic formula. So I'm using the factorization method. So I have to factorize this. So my product, it is 1 multiplied by 2. The answer is 2. Then in the sum, it is this value here, which is negative 3. Then the factors are 2 numbers. When you multiply them, they give you a positive 2. When you add them, they will give you the negative 3. So these are negative 2 and negative 1. So these are the factors. So now I will place these 2 factors onto this term, or the second term there. So I will say q squared minus 2q minus q plus 2 is equal to 0. So now I'll factorize these 2. Which one is the common factor there? It is q. Okay. It is q. And I'll write open bracket. I'll have q minus 2. Then this one, it is negative 1. Then I have q minus 2 is equal to 0. So I now factorize, since the terms which are in the brackets are the same, I'll just maintain 1 and also factorize these 2, q and negative 1. So I'll have q minus 1 and also q minus 2 is equal to 0. So I'll have q minus 1 is equal to 0, and also q minus 2 is equal to 0. Then now I'll group like terms together. This one will move to the other side. It will be a positive sign, so meaning it will be 0 plus 1. So the answer is 1. So the value of q is 1, or this one you move to the other side to be positive. So I will say 0 plus 2. The answer will be positive 2. So the values of q are 1, positive 1, and positive 2. Now the question was saying solve 2 to the power x plus 2 to the power 1 minus x is equal to 3. So this tells me to say I have now to find the values of x. I have to find the values of x. So now, how can we find the values of x? The values of x can be found by replacing the values of q at this stage. Okay, where we are deleting, let q be 2 to the power x. So since I don't have enough, or rather enough space, I will write my final solution here. Okay. So we said Q is equal to 2x. Q is equal to 2x. Q is equal to 2 to the power x. So this means that I'm using these two answers for Q. So now I will replace where there is 2, I'll put 1. So I'll write 1 is equal to 2 x to the power x. So now I want to find the value of x. I will say, since the base there is 1, and here the base is 2, this is the same as saying 2 to the power 0 is equal to 2x. Why? Because if I find the answer for 2 to the power 0, the answer will still give me the same, which is 1. So having written 2 to the power 0 and which is equal to 2 to the power x, this means that the base are the same. Okay, so the base, if the base are the same, we equate the base. So this will mean that 0 is equal to x. So the value of x is 0. The value of x is 0. So this is what we have. This is the first value of x. Let me also find the other value of x when q is equal to 2. Why q is equal to 2? Because we found that the answers for q were 1 and 2. So when q is equal to 2, the value of x, so I will still use the same concept of q is equal to 2 to the power x. So now there I'll write 2. I'm replacing, rather I'm substituting where there is q, I'm replacing it with 2. So 2 to the power x. So since the base are the same, this is the same as writing it 2 to the power 1. So since now the base are the same, I will still use the same concept of equating. So now I'm equating it, meaning I need to cancel the two bases. So I will remain with 1 is equal to x. So the value of x is 1. So if you replace, let's say we put 0 there. If x is 0, so we are going to have 2 to the power 0, the answer is 1. Then if you put a 0 here, we are going to have 1 minus 0, it will be 1. 2 to the power 1, it is 2. So 1 plus 2, it will give us 3. Let us try by substituting 1 as x, we replace it with 1. If I put 1 there, I will say 2 to the power 1. The answer will be 2. Then if I put a 1 here, 1 minus 1, I'm going to have a 0. Then 2 to the power 0, the answer is 1. So I'm going to have 2 there. Remember, we found the 2 because it was 2 to the power 1. So the answer was 2. Okay, 2 plus 1, it will still give us 3. So these two, x is 1 and also x is 0. These are the correct answers. So now you write this one as, therefore, x is equal to 0 and 1. So these are the answers for this question. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like as you also share the page. Thank you. See you.